Hello everyone, welcome to the series of the Python where we are discussing the Python as a programming language. So in the last session we had a discussion on data types in Python. So in this video we are going to discuss what is function in the Python, what are different types of functions in the Python. So let's get started. Functions in a Python. So basically function is a particular block of code designed to perform some task. Let's say you want to perform a same task again and again. For that you can go with the functions. So basically functions are a block of organized reusable code that perform a single related action. So functions provide better modularity for your application and a high degree of code reusability. So basically whatever application which you are going to develop with the help of Python programming language, definitely you would need functions there. So function is nothing but a particular block of code designed to perform some task. Let's say you want to add two numbers. So what you will do, you will get the two numbers as input from the user. You will provide the logic that add the two number and print the summation of those two numbers. But if the number changes, again you will take the input. So to avoid this repetitiveness, we can define a function in the Python where we will just pass two numbers and automatically it will give us the summation of both the numbers. So there are different types of functions in Python. Basically we have user-defined function, built-in function and anonymous function. So first one is user-defined function. So what is a user-defined function? Basically user-defined functions are those functions which are defined by the user for his or her own purpose. So in the user-defined function, whole and soul, user will decide what is the logic, what is the input and what he wants as the output. So let's define one function named greet. So every user-defined function will start with the keyword def. So def, the name of the function greet, and these are nothing but the parameters of the function. So parameter is nothing but the value which we usually pass while defining the function. And even we have added a docstring. So in the previous videos we had the discussion on the basics of Python where we discussed the docstring is primarily used to help to understand the functionality of that particular code. So this function greets the person passed in as a parameter and the print is hello and the name. And if you run this function, so how to call the function? You can call the function with its name. So greet alias. So we are just passing this argument. So what is the argument? The values passed while calling the function. So we are calling the function named greet twice, one with argument alias and another with the pop. So this is the first function where we have defined a greet and the output is hello with the name of the function. And if you just check the output of this function, it is nothing but hello alias, hello Bob. It has just integrated the user input along with the built-in logic. The next function which we have defined is add numbers. So this function takes two numbers and returns their sum. So these will add just a and b and output would be the summation of these two. And if I just pass two numbers 5, 3, you can see the expected output is 8. So this is how we had defined two user-defined functions, one for the greet, another to add the number. So while working in the data science domain, let's say you are working as an ML engineer, so you would need to define different functions for, let's say, data ingestion, for data cleaning and pre-processing, for performing feature engineering, for building the model, for getting the output of the model. So for all these tasks you would need the functions. So where you can define the user-defined functions. So the first type of function which we discussed is user-defined function. So next type of function is built-in function. So let's discuss what is built-in function. Built-in functions are nothing but the functions whose functionality is already defined in the Python. So you can just call that function and use it. So there are n number of functions available in Python. First one is the print function. So print is used to display some content. So this is the built-in function example. So output would be this string. Next, length, it will return the total number of elements in the particular object or a length of a particular object. So here you can see that we have observed the length function to the given list. So the expected output is 5 since we have 5 elements. Next is a type. So basically type is used to check the data type of that particular object. If I just use a type for this object, my string, output would be string because the data type is a string. Next is a sum. Sum is nothing but it is used to add all the numbers. So if you just apply the sum function for the given list, in our case we have 10, 20 and 30. What sum will do? It will definitely add the 30 plus 20 plus 10 and the expected output is 60. Next is max. Max is nothing but it will return the highest element from the given object. So in our case, expected output is 30. Minimum is nothing but it will return the lowest value from our function. So in our case, it is nothing but 10. Again, we have many inbuilt function. So input is a built-in function which is used to take the input from the user. Basically, the data type for input is a string. Even you can use the typecasting to convert that. So if I just integrate all this, the output is, this is a built-in function which was the output of the print function. Length of my list is 5, which was the output of a length function. Data type is nothing but of a type. Then addition of the number, maximum from the number, minimum from the number, integer conversion, float conversion, and string conversion. So with the help of this built-in function, you can just directly call the function and use it in your code. So the main advantage of built-in function is that you don't need to define from your end. You can directly just call the function from the Python and directly you can use it. So the first, we had a discussion on the built-in function. Second, we had a discussion on user-defined function. Now, the third type of function which we are going to discuss is Lambda function. Lambda function is also called as anonymous function. So basically, Lambda function is used when you want to write a quick function. It can take n number of arguments, but at the end can have only one expression. And that is the, you can say, limitation of the Lambda function. So a Lambda function are small anonymous function which defines with the Lambda keyword. So every Lambda function will start with the keyword Lambda. So in case of a user-defined function, every function starts with the keyword def, and for every Lambda function, it starts with the keyword Lambda. So Lambda function can take n number of arguments, any number of arguments 0 to n, but can only have one expression. And they are typically used for short and one-time operation. Right? So if you want to write only quick function and you want to use it for the one time, you can go with the Lambda function. So let's first import the func tool. Func tool is used to call the higher order function. So let's define a simple Lambda function here. So lambda a comma b colon a plus b. So you can see this Lambda function started with the keyword Lambda. Then we have passed the arguments a comma b colon, and this is the expression. So this expression is nothing but the logic which we are giving. So the output of this Lambda function would be definitely addition of these two numbers. So if you just call this variable x and pass the values, expected output is 15, since we have passed the two values 10 and 5. So next, Lambda function with a filter. Basically, Lambda function can be integrated with some higher order functions. So what are higher order functions? Higher order functions are those functions which takes function as argument. So we can have map, filter, and reduce. So let's discuss this. Basically, filter is used to filter out the element from the given iterator based on some condition. Now here we have one list of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have stored in the variable named numbers. Now we are just getting the even numbers from it. So to get the even numbers, we are just using the filter built-in function and passing a Lambda function to mention the condition. So in the Lambda function, we have specified the condition that num%2 equals 0. So what does it mean? Basically, it will just filter out the even numbers. And we have just passed the iterator, means this is the list. So from this list, give me the even numbers only. And we are converting that output into the list object. So the expected output is nothing but, you can see 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. This is the application of filter function, where you want to filter out the elements based on some condition. We can go with the filter function, right? Next is a map function. When you want to perform some operation on the given elements in a given iterator, you can go with the map. Let's say I want the square of all the elements from the given list. So you can go with the map, use the Lambda function where we are defining the logic num power 2 and pass the iterator. So what map function will do, basically it will just square all the elements from the given list. And we have used the list to convert it into the list. So the expected output is list of 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, so on till 100. So even you can observe the output is 1, 4, 6, 9, 16, 25 till 100. So this is the application of a map. And the last function is reduce. Primarily, the output of the reduce is a single value. Let's say you want the product of all the elements from the given list. Let's say you have a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and you want the product of all the elements. So you can go with the reduce. But reduce is by default not available. You need to import it from the func tool. So previously we have just imported it. So import func tools. So from func tools dot reduce, we can use the reduce as a built-in function. Then lambda x comma y colon x into y. So here we have given the logic So we have taken the product of all the elements, and the output would be the product 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So this is nothing but 120, right? So let's use the lambda function with a larger function. So let's say we have defined a user defined function, let's say my multiplier, and we are passing the value n and return lambda a colon a into n. If you just pass the two values, now 2 comma 3, you can say you will get the output, right? So doubler 11 into 2 is nothing but the 22, and tripler 11 into 3 is nothing but 33, right? So this is about lambda function. So in this session we had a discussion on the functions in a Python. So basically in Python we have three types of function. It can be a user defined function defined by the user with the help of def keyword. It can be built-in function whose functionality is already defined in the Python, and it can be anonymous function or a lambda function which starts with the keyword lambda. So in the next session we will have a discussion on the object-oriented programming. So stay tuned. See you in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.